Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for ICONversation. ICON represents the top 3 to 6% of earners here globally at eXp Realty. And we have 5 of our amazing icons ready to bring you mindset mastery today. We have from Alberta, Patrick Kraus. From Florida, we have Roberto Paradis. From Alberta, we also have Christine Keatley. From California, keeping it sunny, we have Sunny Randir Singh. And our moderator today from British Columbia is Laura Healy. Laura, the mic's all yours.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'm super honored to be hosting this call with these amazing ICON award winners. This is quite an achievement, and I want you guys to give yourself credit that you've achieved this award. I was reflecting this morning on what it felt like the very first time I achieved my ICON award. And I think sometimes we take these awards or achievements for granted. So I wanted to kick off this call with a little bit of a different flow. And I'm going to start with Patrick, but tell me a little bit about if this is your first ICON award. I don't believe it is. And kind of a little bit about you, but not really focused on statistics or how many houses you've sold, but a little bit more about who you are and what motivates you to achieve this. Patrick, so take it away.
It is actually my first ICON award.
Oh.
I've only been at eXp for, I'm not even been here 3 years, but I've done real estate for 27. What motivates me is my kids, my family, and the fact that I actually really do love it. I don't wake up, and some people that go, oh God, I got to go to work today. I actually don't do that. I haven't done that for 27 years. I get up. I like having things to do. I like showing houses. I like listing houses. It's good. So I have really no complaints that way. The motivation is I guess I love what I do. Making money at it's a good byproduct of something you like.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What about over to you, Christine, also in sunny Alberta today? Tell me a little bit about it. Is this your first time achieving ICON, and what kind of drives you? What's your purpose?
This is my second time achieving ICON. I've been with eXp for about 2.5 years, been in real estate for 5.5 years. And I think kind of what achieves me is I love working with the people. I love kind of what Patrick said. I love engaging with them. I love, getting to know about them, know about their families, showing them houses. I used to do social work for 20 years, so it was quite an easy changeover because I'm used to working with people. I care about people. That's kind of what gets me going. That's what gets me wanting to do and achieve ICON as well. It's more about, for me, like I know a lot of realtors, it's a lot about just the transaction. And for me, it's about the people. If I can help, 25, 35 people or families get into a home, then I'm happy.
That's amazing, Christine. Me and you have a lot in common, sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roberto, over to you in Florida.
Hi, how are you, Christine?
Good. How are you?
Good. I've been in the industry for 1 year and 4 months, and with eXp like for 1 year and 1 month or something like that. So it's my first year, and it's my first ICON. So
congratulations! That's amazing.
And what motivates me, like my family. I always kind of like think that I want a job that I can enjoy, that I can do it because I like it, not because I have to go to work. Similar what Patrick said. Of course, the economic part is amazing. I like to help people. I get along with a lot of people. So I love that aspect of trying to help someone, but also developing a relationship with someone. and you for getting paid for doing that and for helping and do relationships with more people. I think is what is the best part of doing what we do. And for the icon thing is that, thanks God we have this company that they motivate you like to be better, to not just selling more, but to achieve goals. So they keep you motivated to go forward, to be better, and they give you not just the trophy, because the trophy anyone can give you a trophy, but also the compensation and the recognition and this possibility to speak in public and and develop these skills of communication. I love that.
Absolutely. Well, that's amazing. Sunny, down to you and over to you in California. I guess down the coast from me.
Yes, Laura, first of all, very good morning and good morning to everyone. So yes, this is my first time being an Icon agent. I am with EXP from last 3 years and realtor from last 4.5 years. And I proudly say that I decided to be an Icon last year in May after a shareholder summit because I met Vanessa Nunes from Texas and her husband, and those two people, like, I call her jokingly that you are my realtor mom, so kind of, she's not that aged, but she's 7-time Icon. And she told me that when I came from the stage on 19th of May that I don't know why you are not trying for an Icon. I said no, I just want 2 months of paying to EXP and 10 months taking the full 100% commission. I just using the mega team name just to save my commission. And she said, no, Sunny, that's not good. You should actually go and hit an Icon. And then I realized one more time in Tacoma when I was going to speak, and they said, Sunny, you're an Icon agent, right? I said, no. Like, and now they're thinking, what should we introduce him to? Because they already made me a speaker. And then I realized there is something missing and I should go and go for an Icon. The main thing was I was having always a blockage in my mind that I am responsible for two more hotel I manage with my wife, and as a part-timer or wearing a many hat, I may not be able to do that much. But that was just a wrong mindset, and when I changed it, and last time I told the audience, you always have to wish, then second thing is work, and then you win. So www. So this is my mantra, and I became an Icon, and it was just thinking, working, and then winning. And
That
your
is
next was what motivate me. My upbringing in military forces, like armed forces, was the main reason. We go by three things: name, honor, and fidelity. That is my three things all in my life, whether I'm doing a hotel business or I'm doing a real estate. Everything comes to these three things. Then people, when hear Sunny name, they should be proudly say that, yes, I can trust this guy. Honor is like giving back to the community or the nation what you're getting. And fidelity, I will say, leaving an impact for future generation, because one day we all will leave this world. What kind of impact we are, legacy we are leaving behind? That was my main mantra. So yes, I hope I answered that question.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So tonight, I encourage everyone to go home and with your kids or your family or your spouse, celebrate that this achievement you've made. Get yourself something special and celebrate, because there are, when you start to reflect how few agents achieve Icon in AXP, you realize what an achievement you've made. And I was for a long time, I was hitting these targets because it was what I did. And a business coach said to me along the journey, you need to stop and celebrate these achievements that you've made. But I was so stuck in autopilot, on to the next, like not transaction, because I'm very focused on people, but on to the next thing, hitting those targets, things like that, because it was what I thought I needed to do. So it kind of feeds perfectly into the next question, and many of you have already touched on this already, but let's talk a little bit more in depth about your purpose. So, Patrick, let's kick it off again with you. Talk to us about what drives you. You mentioned your kids, what got you into real estate, and how do you lead by example as a business person, an Icon Award winner, to your kids and your family. So let's talk a little bit, kind of short and sweet, because we'll move on to question number 2 that's a bit juicier. But talk to us about your purpose and how you're a good role model for your family.
Purpose is actually quite, I guess the purpose is easy. Everybody has a different version of it. I just tried to deliver more than the norm and be the best guy in the room. I'm a Marvel guy, so if everybody understands Hank Pym, they get it. Just be there for people. Be there for all your peers. Be there for your family. Be there for your clients. You got to categorize everything of what's important to you, and your kids and your family should come first, obviously. I got into it from sitting a show home and seeing how ineffective realtors were. It's it's just, when I looked at it and I'm going, I'm better than this. And you are. I mean, you can be better. Look at your peers, not as your competition. Just go, how can you be better than them? So you never belittle them, make them feel bad or anything else. Just look at it and how can you be the best at what you're actually doing to make yourself happy and your family happy. And it's, so the purpose is more just be the best person you can be in every given situation. Take the higher road. I mean, I know the saying, take names and numbers. And do I do that? Absolutely. If you're a jerk to me, I'll be nice to you, but I will remember you. We do have long memories that way. And it's just, a lot of it is I give back by mentoring. I do committees at my real estate board. If somebody phones me or asks me a question, always give them 5 minutes, because at some point, whether it's a competing offer or not, they're going to be on the other side of the table for you. And I find people from various other brokerages, not all EXP, unfortunately, they'll do anything for you in the end. You help them, they remember, like I said about the long memory, it'll come back to you in spades in the long run. And just always be the best you can be. And you have to do that for your family regardless. So if you just transition it to your work, simple.
I absolutely love it. It's great advice. And it's that when the markets change, it's that be that red carpet agent, right? Stand out above the others. Roberto, over to you. Talk to us. Family's important to you. Talk to us about your purpose and how you achieved this award by being a bright, shining star.
Yeah, family is everything for me. My kids are like the fuel for my days, for everything. And I think achieving these kind of like awards and everything uh, reinforce that confidence that I have in myself. And I think it's like a waterfall that I also be when I feel that I'm doing a good job, like I'm happy. And you can note it in the house too, right? When you are unhappy, when you are mad every day, you take that home. Same here. And I believe that I can be a role model for my kids. And I think that happened to me this morning is that my daughter, we were talking about like moving, and she was like kind of like asking me, okay, how do you feel of buying a new home? What things do you think are important for you? So kind of like the same questions that I ask my clients and all of that. And she was doing it as like playing with me, but for me that was amazing because she's looking at me. And for me, that's everything. And if I can be a role model, and I will try to do my best, and I will love to be like that.
It sounds like you have a future real estate agent in your family.
And I will love to.
It sounds like she might step in her dad's shoes and, take on your business.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's why I was amazed by what she said, and I was like, "Oh wow, she's asking me like good questions."
Yeah, I don't remember this as a child, but I remember my aunt does. She remembers me walking her down the street and saying, "This house would be a good house for you because it has a covered patio and it's close to me, so you could come over and we could eat ice cream and then we could have story time." And that was my sales pitch.
Well,
It was so cute.
and that's amazing, Laura, that we can have that impact in our family, in our friends, and I think that's why we should celebrate this. I don't know, like a lot of people is like, oh no, what they are going to think, maybe the people is going to think that you shouldn't say how much you earn, how much you achieve. No, you have to do it. Of course, there are going to be some people that they are not going to like it, but there is a lot of people that they will see you and they will say like, I want to be like that. You can be like an inspiration for
It's
someone.
it's absolutely amazing. You don't know who you're going to touch when you touch them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Sunny, talk to us a little bit about what, other than your hotel business and your incredible successful business, talk to us a little bit about your purpose. We don't know. Do you have a family, kids, a dog? Talk to us a little bit more about what gives you purpose.
So, yeah, I think Ricardo, I hope I forgot the Ricardo. Yeah, I think he said right. We never know who is watching us, and who is getting inspired with our action. So, of course, I'm blessed with the wife and one child. He's 16-year-old, and what do you call that? He's a junior, and I have also called two son. One is Bentley Labrador Retriever, and one is Mount Maltipoo. So I call
Oh,
it like three son. So so I have a complete family, and I love my family, and everything goes from there. That why I'm always happy, because I see them every morning. And of course, that is my inspiration. And can you come again with your question, Laura? I'm sorry.
yeah, just talk to us a little bit about what gives you purpose and how you are a good role model for your kids and your son, and and it can be short and sweet, Sonny, because I know we've kind of touched a little bit on this because you talked about the www, but and you can remind the people on the call exactly what that stands for again, but just a little bit about how you're the best version of you.
Yes. So, I always think this way, that till the time we are not dying, we'll be always improving. And if we think that we are complete or best right now, so I always try to learn. And for my family, 100% I'm a role model, because my family is proud of that. I came after doing my master's in India to America, and I had only $1,000 that time. And by the grace of God and the hard work, I today I have achieved whatever I have achieved, whether it's a rental property, whether it's a hotel or a real estate. So in journey of 15 years, this is a good achievement, I will say. Even my dad is proud of me, who served in the Indian Air Force for 39 years. Whenever I talk to him, I can see his eye. And of course, my wife, my son, he was helping me, I think till last year, I know he wanted to be a realtor. And now the kids keep on changing. Now he wants to be a photographer or going into film line. So that's the way. But yes, the www dot, which I said, people always remember that www dot worldwide, but we have to understand, in life we can achieve everything. It's all about what we are thinking. We can achieve whatever you think is right. So if you wish something that you want to achieve, you'll 100% achieve that. So first thing is wish. The second W is what do you call that, work. Because there is no shortcut in life. You have to go and work. You have to sweat. If you want to make a better body, then go in a gym or yoga, whatever you want to do. And last thing comes is win. So when you have these two things in place, your heart and mind is in place also, then 100% there is the win, whatever you want, whether it's an icon award, whether it's some target of earning this much commission, whatever you want, the whole universe is waiting for you to give you. It's all up to you. Do you want it, or you're thinking you're blocking it? So
That is
this is.
amazing, Sonny. That is amazing. Well, we're going to jump back over to Christine. Tell us a little bit about you, Christine. I know you talked about how important people are, your background of social work. talk to us a little bit about, what drives you and what gives you purpose in real estate and in your life.
Well, I think kind of what gives me purpose is providing exceptional service to my clients, but also providing that same, I don't want to say exceptional service to my family, but I want to be the best that I can be for my family, but also for my clients. I want them to be able to refer me to their friends and family to say that I've gone above and beyond. And I do feel that I do go above and beyond because I treat clients as I would my family. And again, my family I do like, so I want to clarify that. I each person I go above and beyond for. My purpose, a lot of it has to do is making people happy. And I know that's kind of can weigh heavy on people because you can't make everyone happy. But I don't think I've ever had a client walk away that says, I haven't been happy with the service that I provide. My mom was in real estate for 40 years in a different city. I'm in Calgary. She was in Sherwood Park. So I saw how she did her business. And I always say to people that, I started my real estate career when I was 10 years old, delivering flyers for my mom for a penny. So that's how I started in real estate. Which I kind of think
it's in your blood, basically.
It is. But then, I did take a detour. I did social work. And I think, while I was working in social work, it was really ingrained in me is you care about the people. And I know for me, the type of service I want, wherever I go, and I want to be able to offer that to clients. I want to make my family proud as well. I did switch over to this career, 20 some years into my adulthood. So that was a big change as well. And sorry, now I'm just like rambling. So
that's totally okay. Well, we're going to move on to my favorite question of this call so far. So some of you know that EXP just had the first ever female conference that stands for WIM, Women's Impact Net Movement. That was just recently in Austin, Texas. And I had the honor to go down and participate down there. And Betsy Myers, who ran the Obama campaign, was our keynote speaker. And during the session, she said a phrase that really, really hit home to me. And when Brian asked me to speak this morning on the call, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the perfect time to unpack this topic a little bit further. So for those of you on the call who haven't, read the notes, of course, this phrase really hit home to me. And at the conference, it's not about time management, it's about choice management. And I thought, oh my gosh, we hear the same things. Get up, schedule your days, do your to-dos, hit your calls, reach out to so many past clients. But really, it's not about that, because without happiness in our lives, without purpose of our families, without, all those things, we aren't that version of the agent that all of you have described on the call. So let's talk a little bit about what this phrase means to you. I'm going to have Christine start it off, but let's talk about how you implement choice management in your life and in your career, because as a real estate agent, I know that's not an easy topic to kind of handle, because we don't want to disappoint our clients. We don't want to tell them we're not available because we're so service focused. So talk to us a little bit about that, Christine, and about kind of maybe some of the struggles that you might have, because it's not always easy to tell our clients that, we're at our kids' soccer game, we're not available to answer, or we're going to a yoga class and we're taking our own time. So let's talk a little bit about that. And this will be the main topic of the conversation today.
So I'm still trying to find that balance. I will be very honest. I think it's very important to be able to have that kind of work-life balance, but I'm not there yet. I do see, like, from when I first started, I was always available for my clients. It didn't matter what was going on in my personal life. I was there. I would drop it and I would go. I'm a lot more selective now, but I still have a ways to go in regards to kind of that choice management versus time management. I'm going to be honest, I still struggle letting clients know that, you know what, I have a wedding to go to, or, I have my husband's birthday I need to. Usually I will say I'm in an appointment. And the reason I think a lot of that is I have been burned by a client where I wasn't available to show a house. And of course, at that point, I did not have a buyer brokerage agreement in place. And he went and he purchased with another realtor who was willing to show him that property 2 hours after he called me to show it to him. So that kind of sticks with me still as to, I guess, my difficulty in, being able to tell clients I'm not available, which I do need to work on. But I do feel too, if you don't have that balance in your life, you are going to get burnt out. There are times where I do feel burnt out and I do need to kind of step back. I try to, more so for long weekends, I try to at least take a couple days off or just go out to my mom's just to kind of get away, kind of a different scenery, and even just a different scenery, even if I'm answering the phone every once in a while, seems to refresh me a bit. But, I do think, and even for new agents coming in, you really do need to be able to have that work-life balance. And it is very difficult. And I think even in the first couple years to be able to achieve that. And I would love to know how people, achieve that. I'm not there yet. And I'm being very honest. I'm not a good person for work-life balance whatsoever.
But you're being honest about it, because I think it's something in our industry that many of us struggle with. And I think it's something that, collaboration with other agents is key. And I'll talk more about kind of how I do it. I'm working well into my journey on it, but it is something. And I recently asked one of my business partners, I said, do you tell your clients the truth as to where you are when you're like not available? Or do you use the famous phrase, I'm in a meeting, I'll call you back? And she looked over at me. We were sitting on my couch and she said, I'm in a meeting a lot. I'm in a meeting a lot. And I thought, yep, we are, aren't we? I'll call you back. I'm just with clients. That famous phrase. So Patrick, let's take it over to you. Let's talk about a little bit about choice management versus time management.
I'm very different than Christine, and I'm glad that Christine was honest, because I'm trying to help Christine with that. Mine goes kind of way back to when I started. I'll make this story very, very short, but I got a mentor when my sister was in real estate, but my mentor was a fellow that was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. He played professional football. In his year when he quit, which was 20 years ago, he had 65 listings at the time, and he was pushing $900,000 in commission, and he walked away from it. I had a good chat with him, and he gave me some things that still have stuck with me today. He said that you are your brand, you are your business, and everything will fail without you. But he said that if you really think that you need to be there and on 7 days a week, you are one step closer to poverty and failure. And I didn't know really what it meant at the time, but he said, if you burn out by not taking time for you, your business is going to fail. You'll drop the ball, you'll lose your clients, and you're going to either fail completely because you fried yourself. You're going to disappoint yourself, your family, and the clients will walk away and find another person. So he said, you have to recharge. And so I do things kind of in reverse, and he actually, honestly, he got right into my guts and squished me. But when you think about it, we always feel like we are in a service industry, and we always feel like we got to be on. And he used to call him, yeah, just another, in his words, another effing Pop-Tart realtor. You're sitting at home enjoying family dinner, and somebody says, oh, I want to see a house, and you get in your car and you drive away. You know nothing about them. You don't know if they're qualified. You don't know anything, but you're chasing the dollar sign. And he was very frank about it. But when I book something, I honestly do tell them. If I was showing Christine houses, the way I do it is I don't let them give me a time, because we are so programmed to go, hey, Christine, what time works for you? No, go, hey, Christine, I'm available at 5, 7, and 8. Do any of these times work for you? Take your time. I mean, I will do a little bit each day, 7 days for sure. But some days it's like an hour or two. You are the person who controls your business. So why are you giving the reins to somebody else to run it? Just tell people you're with your kids, because I got to tell you, what does backfire and bite you in the butt, so to speak, is if you lie to your client, let's lie, embellish, I'm in a meeting, and they see a social post of you at your kid's soccer game, what do they think of you right now? Because
Right?
we
They just
all
that
love posting things
right?
about our kids. People creep you more than you think. Just tell people. When my kids were small, my babies, I guess they're not babies anymore, but it's just tell them, look, I don't work from 5 to 7. I go home, I have dinner with my kids, I give them a bath, I read them a story, and I'm good to go again at 7 o'clock if that works for you. But if you find somebody that does not work in your schedule, hate to say it, but let them go. You will go and find somebody. I have a program that I do called Green, Yellow, Red, where I categorize people. Christine is aware of this system that I do. Don't let them run your business. And too many of us just hand over the reins all the time. It's like, no, you're driving the car. They're getting in the car with you. Tell them when you're available, and when you are with them, be like Christine. And I know Christine well. Christine gives 150%. Most realtors give about 40. She is giving 3 times the effort than most of us. So don't always think that you have to be on 24/7, because like my mentor Brian said, if you think the world is going to end if you step away, you're sadly mistaken.
This is amazing. Patrick, I had no idea when I asked this that you would have such great insight. So it's exactly what I hoped we would get from this question. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, you're
because
welcome.
like it's such valuable advice for agents, because I think being in a commission-based industry or being self-employed, sometimes we're afraid to, tell the truth or embellish the truth, as you said, but to tell people, I have a life outside of real estate. I have a life outside my business. And I think it's something that, like Christine said, it's a thing, it's in progress. It doesn't instantly happen. You don't flip a switch. And I mean, to share a little bit about kind of my journey over the last 5 years, sometimes it takes big events in your life to force you to, make those changes. And for me, it was, having to heal from a car accident that when I was rear-ended. And it really started making me think about like what it is that drives me and what quality of life I wanted. And so, I was always so busy that I was never putting that importance on my personal life and my relationship. I was driven by trying to succeed to obtain the next thing. And my partner, who I, really, really respect and honor, he said to me, he says, okay, babe, now it's time for us. Now it's time. You're done achieving everything you need to achieve. Now let's just strike that balance and let's build something beautiful together. And by that point, it's like we had bought the vacation home. We have nice cars. We have all the things that many of us strive to achieve. But now I have less and I'm happier than ever. but I couldn't do it. And this is important for everyone on the call. I couldn't do it without a great support system. So not all of you know, but I work about 9 months of the year full time. I spend about 3 months of the year in Mexico, and I have some business partners who really pick up the slack. We share commission during that time on deals. I share my clients with them, and my clients know. And at first, and I still have a little bit of fear of telling new clients, hey, I'm going away December and I won't be home till February, but I'm here for you, but I won't be the one showing you the home, just so you know. And I still struggle with that a little bit, but you can't take that quality of life I get from going and taking care of my health, taking care of me, my relationship. And when I started to unpack it, the financial gain wasn't worth the loss of the other part, the happiness I got. So, I mean, just like Christine and Patrick said, it's ongoing. It's not black and white, but I really respect, blocking that personal time and not being afraid to say, I'm at yoga. Like yesterday, I said to a client, I'll call you after I'm done Pilates. I'm taking my hour. My phone's on silent. And clients write me back all the time, cool, I've wanted to try Pilates. So it's just about being real. Yeah, Jen, you're right. It's all about balance. Okay, let's go over to Roberto. Talk to us, Roberto, a little bit about how you deal with choice management versus time management. Where are you at on your journey?
Well, I'm kind of like learning. I haven't get to the point of being like Patrick, but I'm trying to be organized with my agenda. I'm trying to have everything in writing so I can focus in whatever needs my time. With the clients, it's been a process. I think the complementing what Patrick said is like a concept that it's overbook. We always have to appear overbook with our clients, even if we are not. Okay, even if we don't have the agenda full, we should tell them like we are overbooked. That will raise our status, that will raise our how they look to you, because if you are always available, they feel that they can do whatever with you, like you are like an employee of them. And sometimes we have to raise our standard and let them know, like, and of course there will be a lot of clients that you are going to burn, that they are not going to like it, but the for me the solution of any problem in real estate is more leads, more clients. So I believe that that's the thing that we have to do. As I do it, like for example, I work with a lot with international clients, and we do a lot of Zoom meetings. So as soon as I have the first conversation with them, what I said is what Patrick said. Like I don't tell them like, oh, when you are available, or uh, tell me a good time for you. No, because we are putting them as in top of us. I always say like, okay, look, of course, whatever we conversate, what we're going to do is we're going to do a Zoom meeting. I have available at 5 and 7. Which one is better for you? But
Yes.
that raise our status, that make us look overbooked. For example, our coaches, they always said about when you go to the doctor, the doctor is always full. Probably you have to be like the doctor. I'm here to help you. You- right? That's how I approach this issue with the time management. It's hard, like, because we work with clients, and of course we want like the commission, but I believe that is if we implement this gradually, at the end is going to help us to make them respect our time, and for us to respect our own time.
Roberto, have you had this scenario where you've lost a client for not responding quick enough, and how did that feel?
Yeah, it feels that that's not the person that I want to work with, right? It hurt, of course, but like I said, I'm here to help you. I'm here to try to figure out what's the best option for you, not to be your employee or run whenever you want or whatever you want. And and I think say we are at the same level and we are the experts, so they have to look to us as an expert, as someone that they want to work with us, not that we want to like pursue them or work with them because we need the commission or something. And it's hard. It's like a balance that we have to have at the beginning. I'm pretty new on this, but the good thing of having coaches is that they can give you that vision. For example, Patrick, I feel that Patrick knows a lot, and that's amazing when you have this opportunity of having conversations with people who already went through that process, and they are telling you don't do that because probably you will burn or something like that.
Well, it's amazing when when we find our tribe, both in our professional life and our personal life, just how much more respected we feel. And I know that when I sat at the conference, the women's event conference, the table I had, there were a number of newer agents who argued the point that they couldn't afford not to take every client, who couldn't afford to not answer every lead, to give it all. And many of us at EXP, we mentor agents, especially the younger agents in the mentoring program or the coaching program. And it's a really tough topic because, we have a lead, they're, going to potentially buy something, we don't know for sure, but, especially when we're not super busy, we really want to give it our all. But when we realize that there's a certain tribe of person that doesn't respect what we do, that doesn't respect our time, that is just, like just in the process, we realize our time can be spent better elsewhere working with clients that do. And I think for me, it happened around year 3. One or two clients that kind of, I want to say, kind of steamrolled me a little bit more than I would like. And fortunately, I have great support behind me. And I thought, you know what? I don't have to work with you. You're not my tribe. No.
Exactly.
And, reflecting on that, the client that I only ever officially fired one client in my life, they never sold the house that I fired them from. That house is still sitting, they're still living in that home. They went through 3 other agents after me,
Laura, and that's something that is like a vampire from energy. They suck
right?
you up like they so we have to be careful of with who we expend our time because that's our most valued resource. And because when you got that thing that the people is so demanding and so you have to be there and you have to, then it sucks your energy, and then you don't have energy when you get home for doing other things. And then of course, I spoke with since my position, even if I need the commission, sometimes we have to have that mentality of like, that's not the person that I want to work with. That's not the person who I want to spend the time with. Because sometimes it could be like $1 million client, but for example, you have your own standards. So if that client is screaming her wife and everything in front of you and treating her, you want to work with someone like that, even if he has the money. Like everybody has their own opinion, but I think we have to preserve our energy.
I absolutely agree, Roberto. It's so important. A phrase I recently heard was creating a power circle. and that's both in your personal and professional life. And I'm still unpacking this, but a positivity and power circle. And, without the right energy in our lives, it's really hard to achieve the success that all of you have achieved on this call. Achieving ICON is no small feat. So Sunny, let's take it down to you. Let's talk about time management versus choice management. And, have you lost a client? What does it feel like? How do you, put your priorities first, whether that's, your family, yourself? Talk to us a little bit about that before we wrap up this call.
Laura, so I love what Mr. Patrick, Christine, and Roberto you mentioned, and I will say now I am more into like choosing family and balancing work-life balance now. But initially, when I started in real estate, I was not like that. I was chasing everything, like I'm still having that $1,000 only in my pocket, that kind of mentality. And I always have it, because the moment I think I have achieved something, that moment I think that I will crash. So I will always recommend the newcomers focus for 6 months, forget everything. If you want to be doing an icon and anything you want to achieve in real estate, for 6 months, forget about family, forget about everything. And after 6 months, once you build like Mr. Patrick or Roberto or Laura, then of course we can talk about life and balance and all those things. Because if you are trying to initially, without setting up anything, trying to be, oh, Mr. Patrick is doing it, Sunny is doing it, let's do it, then you will not be able to achieve it. So I recommend everyone newcomer to first of all 6 months only focus what you want. And once you have business set up, then of course your family should be the first priority, your health should be also number one priority. Because recently I hurt myself in the back. I was I was waking up at 4:30, hitting the gym, running around, because sometimes hotel, sometimes this. And I thought I'm always a fit guy. I'm coming from military training and all that. Nothing happens to me. And now I'm at 40 and feel like my left leg, I can't walk properly. So I'm treating myself. But it's all about, not balancing when I was trying to grab everything together. So always now I can say that, yes, I have rejected customer. I have denied the listing, and yes, I have lost a customer. And that's a unique story. I find out this Christmas that one of the client called me, same thing, the shareholder summit. I was there in Florida, and he calls me and like, Sunny, how are you doing? I said, I'm amazing. I'm in in Florida. Can I call you right back? And I never asked him why he called me. Later on, I have a habit of taking all my clients whom I worked for 4 years, taking them to some kind of dinner or something. And that time, the whole group is there. The same client was my very first client in the industry, and he gave me 9 customers, like 9 in over the 4 year period. I have helped his 9 leads which came from him, and I closed that. Now, same guy used somebody else. And I was shocked. I was like, oh, I wish I would have talked to him that time that, hey, I will be back. He thought Sunny's on stages, Sunny is doing really good. I don't have, he might not sell my mobile home. And that mentality, I lost it. So right now, you will not believe, I was feeling really bad December, January, March. Then he approached me and he wants to sell the same thing he bought last year with other agent, and he wants my help. So you have to be neutral all the time. Even if I lost it, I didn't say anything. I actually wished him. I actually gave him a $500 gift for his new house. And what happened right now, I'm in escrow for his new house as well as the one he bought it last year. So whatever meant for you will come to you. You don't have to run behind, but don't try to have some bitterness in your, like, hey, I lost it. This has happened. It was my mistake also. I didn't ask him, how can I help you? A little bit I would have given time. So most of the time it's not the client. It's we have to be also thinking that, okay, why he's calling me. But everything is normal now. But yes, I felt really bad when a client who gave me 9 went with somebody else.
Well, and Sunny, that's important to make sure, like, sometimes clients decipher your social media, or they, they hear things through the sphere of, the universe. Like, with me traveling, sometimes clients are like, oh, she's always away. Or I get, are you home? Are you in Mexico? And it's a balance. Like, you need to communicate. And so that life balance, that choice balance is not black and white. It's ever evolving, and the communication part is key, you know, to set out clear expectations to your clients. And I think you also you touch on a really important part, that we take the high road. We take the high road. That client purchased with someone else, that doesn't mean you've forever lost that client. You know, you still have the opportunity to regain their business, their referrals, and that's what you did. So, I mean, it's important to have those conversations. I know I mentor new agents, and sometimes we kind of have a area which we serve, and the client will go an extra 50 kilometers away and buy with someone else. Well, you know, maybe there was an opportunity for a referral. Maybe there was an opportunity for a collaboration. You just honestly never know, but it's about setting clear expectations with your clients. You know, what will happen if you find a for sale by owner? What will happen if you're at an open house? So having those conversations up front, you know, and not being afraid to say, I'm going on vacation, but here, this is the person you need to call, and they will help you. I have hand selected them, and they will be great, you know? So I think it's important to kind of be almost over-organized when we are taking our personal time, you know? Because clients, sometimes if they're not loyal to you, will move on because they think you're too busy, or like you said, Sunny, they think, oh, he's so successful or she's so successful, they wouldn't want to help me buy this, you know, basic home. You know, like I joined EXP from my previous brokerage, and the first two sales I made were a $59,000 modular and a $79,000 modular. And I remember writing the managing broker and saying, I swear I don't just only sell this price point, but that just happened to be the two sales that I made the first month I joined, you know. But the client from the $59,000 modular comes every year to client appreciation and says to me, are you sure I'm allowed to be here? You know, I think I cost you more in coffee than you made in commission. And it's quite cute. It really is. And, you know, I love their visits. I love my time I spend with them. And I'm happy that they have a home that works for them. So, wow, I can't believe the last hour's flown by this fast. If we have any questions, feel free to put it in. But Sunny, you promised us we're going to dance. Let's dance, Sunny. How do we do this?
Everyone, you all have to stand up wherever you are. So because, you know, energy comes when we are in a standing position. And even my whole speech, I did in a stand position. I don't like sitting. So when I say spread happiness, your right hand has to go straight and your body will twist a little bit to the left. And when I say spread kindness, your left hand has to go straight and the right will come down and the body will go in the direction of the right direction. And when I say don't forget to dance, then your both hands should be one up, left will be up and right will be down, and you'll be like moving your shoulders. So on that note, everyone ready?
Yes, Sunny, okay, yes.
Let's go. Spread happiness, spread kindness, and don't forget to dance. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you all for joining us for ICONversations. If you are watching this on YouTube, smash that like button. We are here every Friday at 8:45 a.m. Pacific time to the next hour. And if you're out there in the audience watching this and you're in a current active ICON benefit year,